Good evening, and welcome, one and all, to what promises to be an exceedingly hair-raising installment of our show, which comes to you as being anything but live from the drop-dead dreary capital of the region, Ghoul Beach, Oregon. This episode is going to be pretty damn hairy. Just so you know, it's hairy, so be wary. You've been duly warned.
Make a note of that, Garrity.
Therefore, I don't want to hear any whining, not even the slightest whimper. Do you hear me? Because I'll pull this car over and throttle the lot of you if I have to. You can just spare me all of your complaining.
Oh, Timmy, you didn't tell us how frightful your hairy program was going to be.
Well, you can just belay all of that stuff and nonsense, all right? Are you about finished now? Can we get on with things here, if you don't mind? We have quite a lot on our respective plates this evening. Oh, by all means, don't let me, of all people, slow your roll, Mr. Underling. Gothling. It's Gothling. I know that you know it too, because the name appears on all of your blasted paychecks. Do you seriously call those measly scraps of paper pay? Ha! Well, whatever you like to be called, I most assuredly do not. As a matter of fact, I take profound exception with the meager amount of currency you see fit to part with on my esteemed behalf.
Strange boy, Hans. He often plays until late in the night.
In light of all my exhausting toils, operating, as I must, in the armpit of the Pacific Northwest, with all of the sheer intensity and macabre intellect which I regularly bring to the table, to say nothing of the highly taxing expenditures of sorcerer's capital and magic-making mojo necessary to wield my poor beleaguered wand. Magic doesn't make itself, you know. But never let the big-named host be adequately compensated. No, no. Perish the thought. In the immortal words of our resident dean of horror host streaming culture, Mr. Halloween Jack,
nobody gets rich in this business. That's right, boils and ghouls. Take it from your old pal, Handsome Halloween Jack. And I ought to know, too, because that's precisely what every randomly selected fortune cookie I've ever gotten has stated. So yeah, it's gotta be true, right? No buts about it. Plus, I can assure you it's taken a lot more than mere chump change just to keep the haunted theater in its continual state of charmingly macabre disrepair. Talk about residing in a money pit. Therefore, no truer words were ever spoken. You knew the job was dangerous when you took it, Fred. Stevie. Or whoever. Now make like a tree and get lost, will you?
Bow wow. Woof woof. Bow wow 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 wow. Nobody gets rich in this business. Not in the traditional money sense, anyhow. But we are all rich, Tim. All of us. in ways of friendship, and in sharing these happy events amid the seemingly endless tribulations of a troubled world. Don't go all Oprah on me. You won't soften my disposition with any such no-account drivel. Save it for the soup kitchen speech, Edith Keeler. The fact is, I can't wine and dine the ladies or bet on the ponies with any mere evocation of kind hearts and coronets. Enchanter, you're a poor creature. Sticks and stones, old boy. In any case, let me presume to take on your job by saying that we ought to move on, because little shall be settled by these feeble means. Tonight, my little thrill-seekers, we have... Yes, it's Harry, so be wary. Where did you get that? I certainly didn't write it for you. There are times, you bothersome little gnat, to my eternal flame, when the talent simply has to riff in order to up our game. But please, don't go falling all over yourself to thank me. As if. All right, fine. We'll move on. First up, we have something of a curious but relevant offering. It's a make-believe ninth cinematic teaming of the greatest of all classic horror icons, Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff, in what functions as a foreshadowing of the vintage monkey business dynamics in our main feature. This short film is entitled Let's Go Ape, in which Boris and Bela are each cast as mad scientists on a perilous quest for a particular elusive potion, which acts as a cure for certain maladies. You know, you could always go and work part-time at composing vague TV Guide program descriptions. Very well. Grab a hold of your bananas, folks. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. But whatever you do, don't dilly-dally with the deadly black tarantula. Hey, it's strictly a killer ape thing going on here, Buster. There are no venomous spiders in tonight's show. I just love making a liar out of that insufferable schmuck. Don't you, Iris? Yes, I know. However, try not to judge all of mankind by his woeful example. Remind me to stock up on bug spray the next time I venture out to the grocery store. If I were you, I would not be so cavalier in dismissing the importance of my much adored arachnid associate. After all, spiders harbor a genuine genius for complex calculus and stratagems. As it happens, Iris is the one who originally discovered that when you play the classic David Bowie song, Time, backwards, it actually spells out the elusive method for transecting and maneuvering through time, across ever-sprawling layers of the multiverse. She's frightfully clever. Yep. Bug spray. Got it. Everyone is waiting. All right, all right. Hold your heavy horses, locomotive breath. I'll get to it. Roll film.